This is Josh Duncan from Zenoss. I'm here at the OpenStack Design Summit with Stephen Spector. Stephen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thanks again. My name is Stephen Spector, as he said. I am the OpenStack Community Manager for the OpenStack community. I've been working on this community now for 6 weeks. So I'm a newbie to the community, but of course OpenStack, as most of you know, is a newbie community and it has amazing growth. But we're here at the Design Summit, which is our 4-day event in San Antonio for the ecosystem, users, and developers to get together and accelerate the project.
All right, great. So for those of us that aren't familiar, what exactly is OpenStack?
So OpenStack is a project that's launched by in coordination between NASA and Rackspace, and the idea is to build an open source cloud, an infrastructure software package that anyone who wants to use it can take it and launch their own cloud, whether it's a private cloud or a public cloud, using all open source software, open source standards, and the idea is to build a complete ecosystem of solutions around it with open source solutions. There'll be obviously proprietary solutions. There'll be a whole new economy of cloud occurring around an open source project. One of the comments someone said today that I thought was quite interesting, they said that they've used OpenStack as the kernel for the cloud. And I think that's a great way to view what we are. There's several components with storage and your ability to manage and run virtual machines and all those kind of details. And you can always go to our website and get all that information. But I do think that idea that we're the cloud kernel is a great way to look at this project. And again, I think the project is only 4 or 5 months old, so it's still a baby.
All right, Stephen, that's awesome. So what are the goals? This is a 4-day design summit. What are the outcomes you hope to see at the end of this week?
So there's really kind of 2 things going on at the Design Summit. One is what we call our technical track, and that's really where our developers are getting in rooms and bringing up source code and arguing with each other on architecture, features, roadmap, what should we be building, how should we build it, what needs to be improved, things like that. We're currently on a 3-month release cycle for our software. We just did our release codenamed Austin a few weeks ago, and our next release is codenamed Bear, but it's actually spelled B-E-X-A-R, and it's some sort of Texas thing. And as someone new to Texas, I can't explain it, but it's something Texas. So we look in Q1, probably January, February will be our Bear release. And then after that, 3 months later, will be our next release, which I don't know the code name for. I'm sure downstairs there's a meeting going on the 3rd floor with the developers arguing about that code name. And that will come out in, let's see, January, February, March, April, sometime in the May timeframe, which would be about the same time we run this event again. So one aspect is to let those developers come together, discuss everything, and then the last 2 days of the event will be, there's lots of names for it, coding sessions, a hackathon, I'm not sure the right word, but the idea is get the developers together, sitting in as many rooms as they want, as comfortably as they can, and let them write software and write as much as they can together. So that's one aspect of the conference. The second aspect is more of a business viewpoint, especially for the ecosystem. Get together, understand where the project's going, how the ecosystem is forming, what are the different spaces that we see that need help, how can we market together, how can we work together to achieve a common goal, which was making OpenStack a leading cloud solution. We have a lot of people that work in the community. We have our trademark policy we've announced. We have an architecture board we announced. We have some new marketing initiatives. So there's a whole variety of things going on just for the business track. And that's really 2 days of the event. And of course, we have a nice fancy party for them. We had up at our headquarters called the Castle. And then the developers will have their own party tomorrow night after a day of developing. So it's really 2 events in one, and our next event will be in 6 months. This event's hosted by Rackspace here in San Antonio, but future events will begin to move around, whether it's in the United States or around the world. We'll start going different places, looking for ecosystem partners to host and sponsor the event, and give everyone that wants to participate a chance to attend. Not everyone can come to one place at a given time, so the more places we go to, the more people can come and participate.
That's awesome. So where can one learn more about this?
So if you go to openstack.org, that is, of course, the main place to start, and all the information is there. All the business track sessions, all the presentations, and all the videos, we videotape them all, will all be available probably mid next week on the OpenStack website. You'll be able to find that information. The technical tracks, they have documented notes from each one of those. I think there's 55 to 60 separate meetings. That will all be inside of our Launchpad system where the developers work on OpenStack, and that's available publicly as well. And we will also be out at different events. We're going to be publishing a proposed plan for 2011 of events around the world that we intend to go to. If you're watching this and you have an event you'd like to see us, or you think you know an event you need to see us, contact us. All our contact information is on the website, and we're more than happy to support your event or whatever it is. And there'll be lots of user groups forming. We have groups in Korea, Japan, setting one up in Brazil. There's going to be a group in New York City. There's a group in San Francisco. So you'll see more of those things, and there's a chance for you to attend something regional as well.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for your time. Awesome event, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thanks.